Hey everybody, Tim and Miranda here for another episode of the Umbrella Academy, Season 2, Episode 4, The Majestic 12. What'd you think?
It was a little slower than all the other episodes, I think, but it still wasn't too bad.
I think that's also partly because it's the 4th episode.
Yeah, maybe.
So, like, the way, because this is modern storytelling, which is something I complain a lot, especially in other reviews, like Star Trek and stuff.
Yeah.
Because for somebody who primarily grew up in the 90s, I'm used to episodic storytelling.
Okay.
Where every single episode's something different.
Yeah.
Whereas modern storytelling, I'm literally that crazy old guy that's like, you kids these days, get off my lawn. This is modern storytelling where the entire season is one story.
Yeah.
So this is that middle area where it's all development.
Gotcha.
Like the first part's character development, the middle part is plot development, climax, conclusion. But I see what you mean. Because in the last episode we learned that Lila is the daughter of the handler. Who still doesn't have a name, just the handler.
It's just the handler.
And so 1993 is when the handler adopts her, and then we slowly learn about...
It shows like a little snippet of
her raising her.
Yeah, the handler and somebody else killed Lila's parents, and then they open up the cupboard and little Lila's there, and she's like, come on out. And then she basically just raises her as her own, as an assassin. Which
I think is supposed to be the foil for Hargraves raising
the kids
gotcha, as heroes. Yeah. So I'm wondering 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. Would you say Lila was like 5?
Yeah.
Do you think Lila was born on the magical day?
No, because
she looks older than 5.
No, she does.
Yeah, I don't think she is. But just a thought.
Yeah. No, that's a good thought.
So, one of my favorite scenes that I absolutely loved, another pause scene. I watch a lot of movies, like too many movies, and I read a lot, and I read a lot of fables, and I read a lot of stuff. And when Klaus is talking to Allison about the frog and the scorpion, literally, as soon as he started, I was like, fuck this.
I had no idea what he was talking about.
Because I know it too well. I've heard it, I've read it, I've recited it in class. Like, literally, it's part of my DNA. And, like, I think of things like The Crying Game, for those who have seen that movie, where it's like a 20-minute scene of just telling this goddamn story. And I don't like it. Like, I'm over it. Because I've heard it so many times. And Klaus is like, it's like the frog and the scorpion. And I threw my hands up. I was like, fuck this goddamn story. And Miranda's like, what is this? I was like,
what is going on?
And then when Klaus starts talking about it, and he's like, the frog's like, give me $20. Like, I had started to walk out of the room. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to make another drink that I don't need. And then Klaus, I'm off screen. The frog's like, give me $20. And I'm like... What?
Because Klaus does it so differently.
And he does it, and then literally he tells the story, and I kid you not, Miranda and Allison at the exact same time.
What's the point?
What does that mean?
What's the point of this?
And I'm dying. I'm on the floor. And Klaus is like, frogs are bitches and we don't negotiate with terrorists. I lost my shit. I couldn't breathe. I was completely inconsolable. And Miranda, and even at this point, my husband Jordan had poked his head in and was like, what the fuck is
what
this?
Is going on?
So I had to pause it and tell them the story, which brought back childhood flashbacks. And I was like, I needed a blanket. But it was beautiful. It was so great. So that's going to be my new thing, is frogs are bitches and we don't negotiate with terrorists, is my new catchphrase. Last week it was, weird.
Weird.
Now it's, frogs are bitches and we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Great.
So, absolutely loved it. Again, Klaus has all the best lines where he goes to see Dave, and he's like, "Well, oh, I met you at the
paint store.
The paint store," and he's like, "Well, I know you from before." Well, I actually after that, like, it's that weird time travel thing.
And
I loved it.
Dave's just sitting there like,
what?
Like, we literally just met at the hardware store. You got Mimi Pink paint.
And it was really sad when he punched him. It was really heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's because of his fucking stupid uncle.
Oh, Brian.
Or
Hi,
Klaus
Brian.
says Ryan.
Does he say Ryan?
Yeah, he says Ryan first, and then Dave's like, Brian.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, Brian.
Oh, didn't even catch it. But that probably makes it better. So that was kind of sad, just because, you know, like, the history between them. It's almost like the Doctor and River. Like, they're kind of going backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I like that. The whole Raymond thinking that Allison is a spy now.
Yeah, because he thinks that, like, how much did you pay them? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, what are you talking about?
And now you got two white brothers. Because this is the scene where he tells her that he met her brothers. He never brings it up in the diner. He brings it up in this scene when they're outside.
I feel like you're wrong, but alright.
Only because
It's
you
fine.
know that I'm right. So anyways, it's still a great scene. And I don't know, it's such a big jump though.
Because that's when she goes to the hair salon.
And they're having a meeting without her. And he's like, first I got broke out of jail by this weirdo who says he's my brother-in-law. That's Klaus.
And then this
lost puppy.
The biggest white boy that I've seen that looks like a little lost puppy showed up at the door.
Luther?
And she instantly knows who it is. Same with Klaus, like she knew who it was that broke him out of jail.
So because she has two white brothers and she got the white cop to stop beating him, she must be a spy.
Yep.
I heard she's a spy.
I heard a rumor.
Betty Davis.
Dork.
So I don't know. I don't even know where that's going. I've said from the beginning that they've been married for a year, so they had to have known each other for less than a year.
Yeah.
And then they got married right away.
Yeah.
Like, I knew Jordan 5 years before I proposed. So, I don't know. To me, it's too quick for me. I don't like it. But we do finally see Luther and... Nope.
It's actually Diego. I read your note. But it's when Diego and Five and Lila go to the Majestic, like that meeting, like the ball thing. And they're looking for the Majestic 12, which they've only seen pictures of the 11. And they're talking about
where are you at on the notes?
Right there.
But Luther and Allison meet. Luther and Allison get together.
Okay. That's fun.
I know you're further down than I am.
My bad,
I'm so glad I don't edit this, because this is literally what it's like. This is why I don't edit my videos, because this is what it's like to talk to me.
Someone needs to take proper notes, though.
It's my fucking shorthand. Get over it. Take your own fucking notes. But, like, literally, that's why I don't edit my videos. It's because this is what it's like to talk to me. It's not a fucking TV show.
Fine.
This is what it's
Luther
like. And Allison finally have a conversation. Like, hey, sorry about your marriage.
Because Luther is just sitting at that little barbecue place eating, I'm assuming rib after rib after rib. He has like 5 plates in front of him, just sitting there eating.
Chimpanzee
and Allison finally shows up. Fucker.
So that's great. I don't know. I honestly, even though they're brother and sister, even though they're like kind of lovers, I found the whole storyline boring. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't interest me. I don't know why.
Because, I mean, it's been a couple years now, like, as well.
Like, I love...
Allison's already married and everything.
I find Allison and her power interesting, but, like, Luther and Diego, to me, are the two least interesting characters.
I think I just like Diego because he doesn't technically have a power.
He's like Batman, but lower. I don't know, he has something where he's like, what's that word?
He's more intriguing than Luther.
He's athletic. There's a word. It starts with an A. Where, like, him being able to throw knives and do fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of his power. Like, to me, Klaus, because of his personality, is kind of number 1.
Most interesting, yeah.
5, only because I relate to him, that I am younger. I'm reasonably young, but secretly I'm like an 80-year-old man that just wants to like eat at Sizzler and read the newspaper every day.
And make snarky remarks.
And make snarky remarks like, fuck you, you don't even know how to work, you dumb teenager. So, like, I relate to 5 the most. Yeah. And I just want a damn good cup of coffee. By the way, I have a Keurig, I have a percolator, I have a French press. I love coffee. I live in the Pacific Northwest. So, I relate to 5. That's about it. Like,
Yeah.
Luther... No, not Luther. I hate Luther. I don't
He's
find
just-
him interesting.
He's whiny and annoying because he got stuck on the
moon,
and
and
his
he's
dad
part
doesn't love
ape.
him, and Allison doesn't love him.
You see, Allison I
and-
like only because her like, magic,
Yeah,
like,
I
heard a rumor.
Like, that's really cool.
Anytime she uses that, I am fucking in. Like, I'm like, that is amazing.
Oh, what is she saying?
And then, but like, anytime it has to do with like her and Luther, like, I'm like, oh
No,
fuck,
I'm over
I
it.
don't care.
Yep.
Ben, I would be all over in a heartbeat if he was alive. But yeah, so anyways, Luther goes to the party with Lila and Five.
Nope. Diego
goes
to the party.
That's where you got it.
That's
Diego.
why I was like, wait a minute.
So you jumped ahead. So
Diego.
Lila and Five go to the party, and we see presumably the body of Grace, aka
yeah.
Mom, which we saw in the first season. Vanya kept killing the maids.
Yes.
And so finally he created the maid that could not be killed.
Yeah.
Which was Grace. But also we saw him with a love interest who died. Because she played the violin. And later on, Vanya's like, hey, can I have that violin? And Hargraves is like, fine, fucking take it. So I don't think that this woman is a lover, even though she was his date.
Yeah.
But she is clearly the model for Grace. So I don't know how she fits in.
I don't know how she fits in yet either. But
Heartland runs away, which realistically, I mean, shame on you for the parent.
Yeah.
If you know that your kid has special needs like that, why the fuck did you leave the door open?
Yep.
Like, shame on you. Oh,
because she was so interested in Vanya.
Because you were too busy kissing a girl.
Yes.
Weird. So, there's the catchphrase.
Which was actually after, but with Vanya going back to the farm and stuff, like, what is her name?
I don't know. I don't like her.
Sissy. Which is stupid. No. But she's so interested that Vanya is back.
We've already said how Vanya's basically like Carrie.
Yes.
And Carrie's played by Sissy Spacek.
Fun fact, didn't know that.
So now we got Sissy and Vanya. I don't know. That
but yeah,
makes
so
sense in my brain.
they're so interested in each other that Harlan runs away. Vanya and Sissy go running after him. Vanya goes to the lake and sees this toy in the lake and is like,
pulls a Moses.
Nope, I'm gonna, yeah. Lifts the lake and
Did you get
Harlan,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, parting the words. Yes,
Yes!
I got it.
Okay.
Yes, I got the reference.
Go on.
Lifts the lake, sees Harlan laying there, pulls him out, CPR. And then when she's doing that, like some sort of light.
So I don't mean to be mean. I don't know how to say this without being desensitive or whatever.
Okay.
Like, I understand Harlan's special.
Yeah.
And probably autistic is what I'm
Probably.
assuming. Would he run into a lake though?
I don't
Because
know.
I feel like even somebody with autism wouldn't necessarily just barge into a
maybe
lake.
he was playing in the lake. And, like, that's what he wanted to do, is go play in the lake. And
I don't know, it just seemed really
Can't
weird
swim?
to me. It seemed
it did seem a little forced. Like, they just...
like that he happened to be under a lake
Yeah.
to make her lift up a
Yeah,
lake.
to make her use her powers again.
So I don't know. I don't know the nice way to say that, but I feel like it was, like you said, it was forced. Like, I don't feel like he would have actually have done
No.
that, especially in the amount of time he was gone.
Yes.
Like,
Which wasn't a lot. Like, they went running after him right when he left the
it
house.
just,
So
I guess, plot driven. Like, it seemed very, very fast.
Yeah.
So, okay, so go on.
But so when she's doing CPR and stuff, like, there's a light that goes from her into Harlan, which I want to know more about that, because so far we've only thought that, like, her stuff is telekinesis
So
and everything.
Yes and no. I'm going to agree with you.
Okay.
Like, her powers do seem very telekinetic.
Yeah.
And that's my complaint, is,
Yes.
like, okay. But we have seen other stuff that I just now thought of. Like, her blowing up the moon is kind of
Yeah.
telekinetic, but it's clearly like a laser thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know what her power is. She seems very odd.
Yes, it is very odd. And then...
But yeah, like, giving CPR and reviving
Yes.
is... Like, because even you can make an argument that telekinesis and, like, focusing the telekinesis could, like, damage the
Could
moon.
do it, yeah.
Like, you could make an
Yeah.
argument. Like, there is no argument for telekinesis reviving somebody who's
somebody,
dead.
yeah.
So, Yeah,
And
like,
then,
Vanya's the mystery.
since Vanya saves the kid, blah, 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 and then you see her and Sissy sitting on the couch, and they start making out. And she's like, I'll leave my husband right now.
I mean, every time my kid drowns, I make out with somebody. That doesn't even make sense. That's why this episode's kind of like, where's this going? Yeah. This is the question.
We had already talked about, and we already had said in previous episodes that
why are they doing this?
That Vanya and Sissy were gonna end up together. We're like, nope, this is like a love thing, like a love triangle right here. Well, lesbian action going on. So it was really funny when this started happening because he was talking to me and I literally stopped him from talking and I'm like, just look at the screen.
I have something very, very controversial to say.
Please do it.
But you know what? I don't have that many subscribers, so I don't think it matters.
Please do.
So, I need to take a drink before
Mine's
I say
empty.
this. Fuck. This is not going to be a nice comment.
Does that have to do with Ellen Page already being a lesbian?
No.
No?
People are more accepting of lesbians than they are of gay men.
Oh, no, I agree.
The fact that we see Vanya, who has already been in a heterosexual relationship...
Yes. With Leonard. Do this weird love triangle with Sissy. Yeah.
Rather than actually seeing, say, Klaus...
with Dave.
In a relationship... But we've never actually seen, like,
no,
Klaus...
we haven't, exactly.
We've never seen Klaus in a romantic, like, let's make out, I'm in love with you thing.
Yeah.
Like, he said, like, oh, I love Dick.
Yep.
Like, literally, he said that when he was in the pool, talking to Allison.
Yeah.
He loves Dick, he loves men, he's into men. He's never said the word, I'm gay.
Yep.
And we've never seen him actually have, like, a loving, passionate kiss with a man.
Anybody. Yeah.
But yet the fact that this woman is cheating on her husband with another woman, like, that bothers me a little bit. It's just because everybody, like lesbians are the segue to make people comfortable with, like, gay relationships. I am obsessed with Star Trek.
Even straight men think girls making out with girls is hot.
And that's my biggest complaint is, do you remember the bumper stickers from, like, 2004? Where it's like, I'm okay with gay marriage as long as both chicks are hot.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And, like, I mean, I am obsessed with Star Trek. And even Star Trek, the first same-sex thing was 2 women. It's always 2 women. Like, it's very rarely 2 men to be that first.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Unless it's a gay type show, like Queer as Folk or Looking or something like that. Yeah. It's always 2 women.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's Vanya and Sissy kind of irritated me a little bit. Only because
that makes sense.
Only because they've already established, I mean, they haven't actually, that Klaus likes men.
Yeah.
They've established he likes men. They haven't established, is he gay? Is he bi? Is he pan? Yep. What is he? But the fact that we still get 2 female kissing, 2 women kissing, before 2 men kissing with a gay character kind of bothered me a little bit. So, okay. I don't know.
I get it.
I
don't think it's controversial.
I feel like I should feel bad for that, but whatever.
No. And like I said, more people with I am bi, so with more, especially straight people, they're always like, 2 girls is really hot, like, go for it. But if they see 2 guys kissing in public and stuff, they're like, ew, gross.
Punch the queer!
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
So.
It's just.
I don't know. The scene just bothered me. Like, I'm all for it, and I'm not, like, saying, like, oh, that scene shouldn't have been in there.
No, but
why have we not seen something else?
Yes.
So, it just seemed like an odd representation. Moving on, the last scene with Diego and 5.
Glad you get the character.
And Lila.
Lila.
Like, breaking into Hargrave's, like, little building thing, where we see Lila go after 5 rather than Diego.
Because you can hear the voice in the back of her head.
Because her mom told her to.
Yep.
And then finally 5 yelling at Hargrave something in Greek. So, or ancient Greek, according to the subtitles. Greek. But overall, I don't know. I thought it was a good episode. This is the episode that, like, asks all the questions.
Yes.
Presumably, we got 5 more episodes. We're halfway through. they will start answering these
Answering the
questions.
questions.
But overall, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Okay. That's probably why this, like, it's a mediocre episode. It's a long video, obviously.
Yeah.
But because it's all questions.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of, like, mental, emotional stuff in this whole episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Closing thoughts?
Nope.
My closing thought, where the fuck is Baby Pogo? So, anyway, we will see you guys next time for Valhalla.